All right, guys, once again, kind of an overly long video, but going to try and go over kind of the hardware, software as it stands now, early 26, kind of all in one spot. So, uh, you know, obviously you got a box, it's 3D printed, put some provisions in here for weatherproofing a little bit, but it's not IP68. The whole goal here was to get something that you could get rained on and it not short itself out, but do it absolutely as cheaply as possible. So here we are. Inside of that, you've got a Pi, obviously, that's providing the brains. You've got an external 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi card that's handling the mesh networking. Been through a lot of iterations of that. This is the highest powered, best card that I could find. That's one of those antennas. The other antenna is for a meshtastic radio. It's jammed in there. Nothing special. It's the kind of the standard BRAC 4631. Everybody uses them. Ethernet connection. There are provisions in here to plug this into a router. Whether that be at your house, on the side of a Starlink antenna, whatever. M12 connectors, power. The Pi talks to the EUD, cell phone, whatever, via 5.8 gigahertz access point. So you get on that like any other Wi-Fi connection. We're just repurposing the Pi's onboard Wi-Fi since the mesh is being handled by the external card. So once you're connected, you've got some options. One of which ATAK. The nodes are bridged in such a way that any ATAK EUD that's connected to any node on the mesh, they'll see each other automatically. You don't have to do anything. You can send pictures, position updates, will handle automatically chat, all the standard ATAK stuff. OpenTAC server can also run on the node. I'm not having that turned on by default, just because not everybody's going to use it, and there's some resource drain involved there. But it's an easy option. And once that's done, then you're bringing in stuff like video streaming straight into ATAK with via the built-in media MTX setup. So pretty sweet. The next thing is meshtastic. Currently, the way you interface with the meshtastic radio on the Nucleus is just via the official application. One of the upcoming things, we'll be working with the Python CLI to kind of move some of that out of the application, so you could use just the node to talk to the meshtastic radio, but we're not there yet. Also, because of this setup with the application on board, you can use the official meshtastic ATAK plugin to let ATAK take advantage of the meshtastic radio. So some nice synergy there. This guy, Jammy, this is a kind of another option for communication over the Wi-Fi mesh. This does not take advantage of the LoRa radio, but it gives you text, real-time, voice, more of like a voice call, conference call kind of thing. Not so much like PTT connection. You may be able to handle that. I really haven't dug into that too much, but video calls. I've done some bi-directional video calls, but just a pretty good option. The advantage here. This isn't like Mumble or something where you need a dedicated central server to handle all the coordination. Every node is running a kind of its own coordination server. So as long as any two nodes can see each other, you've got this voice, text, video, picture capability. Also, we're running sideband on the EUDs. There is a reticulum instance running on the radio. Currently, it's dead simple. It's configured just as a transport instance, but you point your sideband instance to the TCP connection, and now you've got reticulum. Now, obviously, there's a million things you could do there. You can tie in nearly any kind of interface. This could run out over the internet. It could take advantage of the LoRa radio if you flash RNode firmware to it. I've connected this to VHF with the BTEC, the UV Pros. They've got a Bluetooth modem that could tie right into the Nucleus. So a lot of options here for the user to configure, but as it stands now, plug and play, you just point sideband at it. It gives you text, kind of like voice memos, pictures, whatever. You've got OpenTAK ICU, so that handles video streaming if you've got OpenTAK server installed. Tailscale, kind of a VPN basically. If you've got an internet connection, lets you build your own kind of private network, all facilitated by the Nucleus nodes. So if you wanted to bridge back across the internet via one of these nodes, you could do that across like a VPN instance via Tailscale. And then, obviously you've got the user interface. This is running on the Pi. It gives you things like, mesh statistics, what are you connected to, any kind of configuration, IP addresses, passwords, can handle that all from here. Channel scan. So because it's 2.4 gigahertz, obviously you've got a limited footprint of channels. So this will ping through channels for kind of a configurable amount of time, tell you which one has the least crap on it, and then using that previous configuration page, you can change the channel to kind of the cleanest one. The remote access, so there's your Tailscale control. You can have multiple Tailscale instances. Right now it's just kind of the ATAK instance. That lets me do things like, if I needed to send an update or help troubleshoot or something, we have that kind of pre-configured from the start. Ethernet, you can, decide whether you want this to be a gateway back to the internet or kind of a bridge to bring, if you had a laptop or something that you wanted to get on the mesh, you could do that also. And then it's just a status page for the OpenDHT container that's giving you the jammy capability. Anyway, so that was a really long-winded video. I'm going to try and turn this into some kind of document so you don't have to listen to me ramble for whatever this is, 7 minutes now. That's the hardware, software as it stands, right now in February 26. More to come.